configured your Glassfish server for JMS. Now we'll create a project so that we can do some task here. So go to your project window and right click and click on new project. So this time we have to go for Java EE. It's because when you want to work with enterprise application or EJB, you need to select Java EE. We'll say next and we'll provide a name. We'll say this is uh, demo message or demo MDB, which is message MDB, which is message driven bean. We'll click on next. So the only option we have here is Glassfish, is because otherwise you can go with JBoss or you can go with there are lots of application servers. So one of the best, not you cannot say best, but one of the server which I use is Glassfish. You can either use JBoss, it's your choice, and then simply click on finish. So if I click on finish, it will give you it will create 3 projects. So instead of creating only one, it will create 3. Uh, None of them came here. Let's wait for some seconds. Okay, so you can see we are getting 3 projects here. One is your MDB, which is your actual project. Then when we is your EJB, so all your beans will be here. And this is your var. So this will act like a web client. Or you cannot say a client, but like you can say a app client which will access this EJB. So let's create a message-driven bean. So I click on your EJB. You can see by default we don't have any beans here. So I click on your EJB and say new, select message-driven bean. So once you click on message-driven bean, it will ask you for a name, and we'll say this is my bean. Okay, and we'll create a package called as com.navin, and then it will be having there. So one important thing to choose here is you have to select this server destination, and server destination is this one. So I have created this one last time. So in this example, I will go for JMS demo slash Naveen test, which is my destination. Click on next. It will ask you for some configuration. So initially, since we are in starting phase, we'll not select anything here. Or I will keep it in the same way. We'll click on finish. Now you can see we are getting a bean here, which is my bean. And in this my bean, this is not a normal bean here. This bean implements message listener. So I hope you remember when we talked about a theory in which we have seen we have 2 types. We have synchronous and asynchronous. And asynchronous, we need to use a message listener. So this message listener has a method called as onMessage, which accepts a parameter which is message. Now what we will do is, so this my bean will be a listener which will continuously wait for a message in the queue. So once you got the message in a queue, it will print. I need to print that message. So this is a bean which will wait for a message in the queue. Once a message receives in the queue, it will fetch. So somebody need to put that message there. How to send a message into queue, that we'll see later. But let's say you got a message in the queue, so we need to print it now. So how to print? So first thing is, let's create a message called as text message, and we'll name this as, let's say, MSG message. Now this message will come from this message object, which is message. Okay, the problem is we need to cast this is because we have 2 different types. So we can first we need to import the package. Let's import the package. You can see the package belongs to Java M is a JMS package, and then we'll cast it. So cast it with text message. Now once the casting is done, what we can do is we can simply print msg dot. By default, this is an object. We need to fetch the content. So we can simply say get text. So get text will give you the string type. Okay, and there might be some error here, so we'll apply a try catch. So we'll say surround block with try catch, and I guess that's it. Okay, instead of printing normally, what we'll do is we'll ask a name from a user, and once a user enter his name or her name, what we'll do is we'll give the salutation which is Mr. or Miss. I'm assuming that the user will be Mr. for time being. You can also check for gender. You can do all those things. What I need is if I enter my name Navin, it should print Mr. Navin. Simple. This is what I want to do here. That's it. Nothing else. Okay, so let's see what next. So once you got the message, you can just print it with this. So things to remember, to create a EJB or message driven bean, you have to right click on your project or right click on your window, select Java EE project, and then give a project name, provide a destination, and then you will get this three files. You have to create a message driven bean in which you have to implement a message listener. So you can see we also have set the properties here. What is destination lookup? We have to use this JNDI. So this is a JNDI format, which is Java Naming and Directory Services. And the type of destination I'm using here is queue. So if you're using a topic, it will be topic, javax.jms.topic. Since we are using queue, it will be queue here. Simple. So once we have done with this bean, now what we need to create is we need to create a servlet. We need to create a client page. So the client page will send a data to a servlet. Servlet will send that data to JMS, and this file here will fetch that data. Now, how to achieve those things that we'll see in the next video.